I got y'all another one. Yes, sir. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is JSalty. Don't forget the J and don't forget a nigga can get a little salty. If you don't know me, I am the light-skinned wizard, the light-skinned therapist, the light-skinned Mr. Can Take Your Bitch, and just a light-skinned nigga in general. If you don't know me now, you know me. And for today's video, we're going to be reacting to Japan is the most racist country.
There's this perception or growing sentiment that Japan is just a perfect country. Everything is great, no issues, and especially not racism. And I feel like this reputation really stemmed from those weebs, you know, the anime fans who think, oh, everything, you know, kawaii, ooh, whatever the hell. But even in anime, bro, have you seen the way some of these black characters are animated, bro? And some of the people will say, oh, it's not racist, you know, that's just the art style, or they don't have black people over there, they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. They have the internet is free. And by the way, your boy, 50% Japanese, 50% black. I have no bias. But the thing is, it's not just anime. Hold on. It's also people in real life. There are real clips.
Are Japan a racist country?
Definitely, yeah.
Too many blacks in Japan lately.
Now, the other day I seen this clip right here, which really inspired me.
Nah.
To make this video, because what the actual hell? I guess they have signs that look like this. No circus performance here, bro. Are we monkeys or something? Basically, I came across this video from a guy who went to Japan and he saw this in the store. Black babies that you can buy for 300 yen.
They were selling black babies. And I stared at that machine for about 15 minutes before I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna get one.
And you decided to buy one, bro? This gotta be some type of, I don't know what it is. It's gotta be something. I'm gonna find a way to get you canceled, bro. I don't know. This has gotta be cultural blackface appropriation, some type of violation of some type of African-American law, bro.
Now, to be 100% honest, the reason why I got black baby here was because, well, you know,
it's
I
black.
want to have kids someday. And I thought this would be good
with a black
practice.
person?
So like any good father would, I showed him a lot of love. Black baby here is a racist caricature of black people. And frankly, I couldn't believe it. Because one, black baby here isn't actually black, but a tan baby per the translation.
You see these lips? This is not no Asian feature, bro. They're drawing them specifically to look like this, to specifically symbolize that they're black. They're not tan, bro. People try to excuse this behavior just because it's Japan, bro. When, let's be real. Which, oh, by the way, me being half Japanese doesn't really absolve me from anything. Because if you look at half Japanese people often talk about the racist experiences they grew up in, living in Japan.
My next door neighbor, they used to think like I was a drug dealer. Like they've said things like you look like a mafia.
Plus you're born and raised here, but
That is crazy. And I wanted to go to Japan.
you still feel like an outsider.
Yeah, mentally, definitely, I don't feel like I belong here.
Their experiences aside, I see videos all the time on the streets, you know, people with the, you know, dreads or having afros all of a sudden. I'm like, bro, how did you even manage to get that? And why does it look kind of decent? I ain't gonna lie. Like, but then when they're asked to name a single black person, they start saying things like Lil TJ.
黒人の人3人誰ですか?
Here, TJ.
What the fuck?
Shout out to Lil TJ, but that to name a single black person, they start saying things like Lil TJ.
黒人の人3人誰ですか?
What the Yo! I don't know if it looks good or bad. Like, it doesn't look good, but it doesn't look bad. Like, I'm in the middle when it comes to this right now.
Here, TJ.
Shout out to Lil TJ, but that should not be the first black person you think of, okay? You sitting there thinking, you skip, I don't know, MLK, Obama, I don't know, LeBron James, me, I don't know, Lil TJ.
黒人
That shit does not look good on you, bro. The first guy, it looked better on the first guy. But the second guy, I'm so fixated on their hairstyle, I'm not even really paying attention to the video. My fault.
黒人 あれだ
And then when you're a black person, like full, 100% black person, going there to visit or travel or whatever, you might even have a negative experience, you know what I'm saying, as a foreigner.
Living as a POC in Japan, have you experienced any racism? I wouldn't say racism, it's more like you're expected to be this sort of hip-hop-ish, that kind of culture. You better be athletic, you better dance, you better something. That's crazy.
Basically, bro,
That's
Japan
crazy.
is not perfect by any means. There are different issues, going around there, especially racism. People like to act like, nah, it's not a thing. They're just drawing the characters a certain way. It's just the animes. They just don't know any better. That's also something I've noticed, especially in like Asian countries. People will be quick to say, oh, they just don't know any better. Like a Chinese person will go up to, I don't know, I show speed and say, straight up, just say nigga to him.
那个是不太远了，那个啥，那个
Saying that word that many times, you know the way it sounds. Let's be real, there's a stereotype for Asian people being extremely smart, and you think for some reason they don't understand that. Like, bro, these people know. They know. Some of them know, bro. It's okay to say that some people are racist. Some people are, bro. No country is 100% perfect and absolved of any issues. And if you're saying that, you are literally meat writing an entire location, a country, a place that, matter of fact, you're probably not even from or have any DNA from. So relax, okay? Weebs. Weebs. Anime is amazing. I love anime. Anime is great. Chill.
Y'all ever watch Attack on Titan? And they that one nigga, what the hell is his name? What was his name? Oh my god, I don't know, bro. This should get me so tired. Where my mother? Oh, oh my god, I don't remember. But they were trying to decipher that one scene where they're trying to decipher like your skin color. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about.
But one thing I will say is that I'll never truly know how racist the country is unless I experience it myself. I really gotta go boots on the ground, do some interviews, walk around, talk to people, or get a little, experience myself of how they treat me as, a black person or half black person in Japan. Because without that, how can I really speak on racism or societal issues within another location that I've never been? So I guess let's go. We good?
Bro really won. Bro really won.
We are here officially in the streets of Tokyo, Japan.
You see it. If I drop my camera out of this balcony, this is like $1,000 loss.
All jokes aside, I'm really here on international business, trying to create relations and ties from country to country. Is this a tourist-friendly spot for black people? And there are a few different ways I can go about conducting my IRL research based on the studies I did. I feel like the most effective way people tend to call out racism here is like stares, maybe some comments, and people avoiding you in public spaces like trains, buses. You get the point. Now, another thing to take into notice that we are in Tokyo, right? A very, very, what's the word? The most diverse city in Japan. So it's gonna be less racism, or I guess they'll be more used to seeing other races here in a city like this compared to the countryside. I decided to break it up into 3 separate categories, okay? We're gonna be doing the stare test. Stare test, we're gonna walk around, see what the stares are looking like, how they're feeling, if there's anybody, looking a little too hard, looking a little too crazy. The public spaces test, see if people like to sit next to me or feel disgusted in my vicinity. And lastly, the interview test, where I talk with some of my friends who were on this trip with me, or maybe I even speak to people outside, which, I am very socially awkward. I'm such a scared, frail individual who doesn't like to talk to people, so that'll be kind of difficult. We'll see. So let's go outside and start off with the stare test.
I want to conduct this.
And I didn't really notice any stares at all. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Nobody stares at you if you're black, and that was until I realized I was not wearing my glasses. There was a time I was walking down the block and every single human being in the vicinity stared in my direction.
I know I said people don't stare that much. Ignore everything I said, alright? Because nigga, every single person was staring for a little minute.
It's not necessarily a bad stare all the time, and let's be honest, who wouldn't want to stare at a gorgeous chocolate alpha male as myself?
Nigga, you light skin.
Okay, you could low-key tell when somebody's staring at you in like a negative, you know, connotation, or if they're looking at you in some, oh, like that's a nice outfit, or that's a nice. One thing I have noticed, bro, people really like outfits here. This is like a big like fashion type of city, because half the time it didn't feel like they were looking at me, but it wasn't looking at me in like a negative way. It was like, oh, I like the outfit, or the outfit's interesting, or you know, this person looks interesting. And let's be honest, if you do see a polar bear in Arlington, Texas, you might take a couple glances at it. It's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. Because yeah, black people are kind of polar bears in Arlington, Texas. I mean, I've probably seen a total of like 10 black people so far. There's a difference between a, you know, get out of my country, you dirty nit, and a, oh, that's an interesting specimen. I've never seen a human being as, you know, beautiful and aesthetically pleasing as yourself, which a lot of people would probably say about me. So far, I haven't really experienced anything crazy. It's been nothing but love towards me. However, I did notice that when I was walking with one of my black friends, some Japanese girl happened to come out of the corner, point to my friend and be like, "Nigato." Can you confirm that they called you Nigato on a drive-by?
Yes, I'm not gonna lie, it hurt my feelings, but hey man, we're in Japan.
That is absolutely crazy. Yo, chat, if y'all want me to go to Japan, get this video to 100 likes.
So it doesn't really matter.
I'll go to
It doesn't
Japan.
count. They can't be racist, bro. It's cool.
What if they were admiring the fact that I'm like Killer B? You know? Ooh, Nigato, Naruto. Look, it sounds the same. Or what if we're just mispronouncing what it actually means?
That's what I was thinking. It might mean something else. So if you guys know what that means in the comment section, let me know. So now we got the stare test out of the way. Let's get to what? The public spaces train test. See if people want to sit next to an African-American, darker skinned, curly haired, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 on some days, handsome individual.
Where do you see this one? Where do you see this one? So mine looks like. That's a pusa. What ad did you put it?
It's just kind of perfect though. Well, actually, no, because no one will sit next.
They might just not sit because you have a suitcase.
I was not even that. Yeah, you're in a bad spot. Maybe move to your left so leave an open seat.
This little voiceover
crazy.
part right here. I tried to do the train test to see if anybody would sit on not on me on the train. Unfortunately it failed. As you can see by this 10 yen coin cheese pool looking reaction, nobody got on the train at this time, but I was able to test it again a little later. I just didn't get it on video, and the train was absolutely packed, but nobody gave a damn about my existence. All right, nobody cared, nobody looked at me. It was just like people were getting on the train, getting off the train. Motherfuckers are busy, they're going where they want to go. So train test, yeah, people don't really care. At least they didn't care in my experience and when I was there with the bros. Since I am here with my friends, you know, I think it'll be a good idea to ask them what they've experienced so far on this trip. All right, so I am here with my bro Caleb. Have you experienced any, you know, interesting racism or any discrimination out here in your time?
I think this is one experience. We're walking past the Tokyo Sky Tree, right? And it's me and Tommy. As we're walking by, it's this one girl and her boyfriend. They see us, she says something to him, and they just kind of laugh. Nothing crazy. She goes like, do whatever, like, let's do something. Yeah, so this is her, right? She goes like this.
It's the typical black man pose, I guess, because
That's crazy.
there is a meme with the 4, but I mean, he looks nothing like the guy. I'll put the meme on the screen. He looks nothing like him. So does that go to show? All black people look the same, or black people like to do that 4 pose, or all black people are Atlanta demons? I have a friend here named 4D Shams. Y'all might recognize y'all might know him. So what have you experienced?
They definitely have been looking at me
What a small world.
like, what is this black man, this BBC destroyer? Sorry, that was a little
It's
too
not
much.
getting cut. None of this is getting cut.
But I don't think it's like malicious stares, but they definitely like stare and like wonder, like, oh, okay, this is an interesting sight.
Very interesting specimen. Here we have an African-American male in his natural habitat. In other news, in order to really test, you know, if Japan hates black people or dislikes black people, I might have to, you know, try some other measures. Just walking around is not gonna work. These people are extremely nice, a little bit too nice, so.
Okay. And what does that mean exactly?
It's like you're you know, hiding your true feelings in, and you're trying to put on a show of politeness.
Okay.
You're trying to be polite, but underneath you're feeling something else. So it's actually, there's the full sentence is honenmai tatemai.
And so you're saying that like sometimes Japanese people will put on like a front, like they're nice to you or kind, but secretly they don't feel those genuinely. Right. Okay.
So even though they're angry, they don't express it openly. You know, they're very repressed about it.
How would you like, just out of curiosity, like as a black person myself, like how do the Japanese women view interracial dating or like just trying to get to know one another?
I think they're very open to it.
Have you experienced any like racism or any like prejudice around here?
No, not
Okay.
to be honest.
But I was thinking maybe, you know, more in the countryside is a little bit, I'd assume it's a little bit worse.
Yo, that Uber driver was cool as shit. I'm not gonna lie, he was saying some real shit.
It's not like he would have ever called us the hard R.
Right after, literally right after. Can't make this up. He dropped the hard R right after that. I guess he didn't have any ill intent. Bro was trying to talk about free speech. Y'all know how that goes, bro. That definitely doesn't help the case of this country.
What the fuck?
All right, now that I am officially back, you know, home and, you know, at the setup and things of that nature, I can give you guys a little good recap. Tokyo did not really experience anything crazy. I did go to the countryside, so I went down, you know, a little further south to visit family. And was there racism? I don't know if I would say racism, but the stares were definitely worse, and they were definitely more on some like a the fuck type of stare. Yeah, I didn't really record much of that interaction, you know, because I was, you know, spending time. It was like vacation time and things of that nature. But now that I, you know, experienced Japan and, you know, for a good 14 days, okay, unless you live there as a full citizen, you're not gonna be able to really know what it's like to live there. Even if you're on like vacation, that's not enough time to really truly grasp the experience of being a black person in the country. And of course, there is racism, there is discrimination, and there's people who live there who will tell you that. It's probably worse the darker you are, and the more likely, if you're a woman, it's also probably worse the fact that I'm a dude. Before we get out of here, I do want to go over this one clip I seen. DG cries on stream after being microaggressed and rejected in Japan.
They probably think I'm trying to sell them something or something. Y'all cold, huh?
Are we still looking?
Look how that shit got me feeling. I'm crying, bro. I never got rejected before.
And then in the comment section, you know, people are chirping out, you know, I'm saying, oh, this is so sad. Spend all the money to visit a country who thinks less of him because of the color of his skin. I'll never understand racism. Blah, blah, blah. It's so weird because Japan has blah, 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 blah. And the thing is, bro, there is more nuance to stuff like this. Like, he was rejected because he was on a street where all the guys go to harass women and ask for their number. So the women already went away from dudes on that street. Sad that he went on that street. Now, when I was there, there is definitely areas like, you know, where it looks like he's, you know, in the city of Shibuya, maybe in Shinjuku. Those are like specific areas of Tokyo. Those are definitely sketchy areas, especially for women. Okay, people try to like, there is a district or an area where people, you know, offer certain services, and they will hold a sign with a dollar amount saying this is how much it costs to, you know, do these activities. And what I noticed when I was walking in these areas, there was a lot of black people. For some reason, all right, there was the most amount of black people I've seen. And I was like, yo, whatever, it's a black person. I dapped them up, whatever. He asked me, yo, what are you trying to do tonight? You know, what are y'all trying to get into? It was just, you know, nice, good vibes. Then I see another one, and they were like, yo, you know, you want to buy this? You want to buy that? And then there was more. They were coming out to cut left and right like some zombies. Be like, yo, do you want to buy this? You want to have this? You want to do this? You want to do that? And then I seen some other foreigner white dude come out of the corner and be like, I want 10 Japanese girls right now. Literally disgusting. But that's gonna be, you know, for a whole different video, for I guess the safety of women and things like that. A friend of mine actually tried to talk to a girl there, and they just walk straight past just the same way. But I'm thinking like, yo, if the people who are black that are out here are trying to, you know, get people to buy this and that service from people and speaking English, when a black person comes up to them speaking English, what do you think they're gonna say? They're gonna think, oh, you're probably one of them, not just trying to sell me something. You're not trying to sell me a CD. No, you're trying to sell me to a club, trying to get me into that type of crazy trafficking, things of that nature. So yeah, that is something I did notice out there. People were very, very nice, very, very kind. The nicest people I ever met were pretty much out there, bro. People would, you know, ask to take a picture just because you shop with them. You know, you show.
Nah, that's crazy. I didn't expect this video to go where it was gonna go, but to be honest, this was a very valid video. Shit, if y'all want me to go to Japan, 100 likes on this video. We've never hit 100 likes on a video before, so this will be the first video we'll hit 100 likes if y'all want me to go and experience it for myself to see if it's even actually racist. I've had friends that went to Japan that are black, and they have experienced a lot of racism, but I've always wanted to go to Japan myself, and I've always wanted to experience the culture to see if it's actually what they say it to be. I don't think it is as racist. I think it's just that they don't understand. They really don't understand how black people are. So they just assume what they see on the internet, and they just, you know, put that into perspective. Besides that, guys, make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. And make sure to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/JSalty. And I'm out, guys. Safety.
Alright, free all baby, man. This one from the heart. My day ones are angels, 120 degrees and threes work all angles. My brother died early, got his halo. My name is sex and then I can't go.